All right. During President Trump's news conference yesterday, CNN's Jim Acosta provoked a tirade from the president and then refused to surrender his microphone to a White House intern.
Are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was
enough.
going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Mr. President, that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question, if I may ask.
Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them.
Well, just hours later, Acosta's hard pass into the White House was deactivated. After the ban, the ladies of The View rushed to his defense.
What I saw was a battery, not by Jim Acosta, but by the young White House aide.
Yeah.
When you are holding something, if I may, if you're holding something and you snatch this from me, this cup is now an extension of me. And that means you've battered me. You've assaulted me.
You believe this? Joe Concha covers media for The Hill. I mean, she's a lawyer, too. What is she talking about? He was told to sit down, told to give up the microphone, and he didn't? And now she's blaming the intern?
How anybody can come to that conclusion after watching that video, sober, mind you. The person who made that particular comment, Sonny Houston, you're right, law degree. This isn't just some pundit they throw in the air, from Notre Dame. So if anybody thinks that 21-year-old intern was accosted Acosta, it's time to look into a new profession.
So there's all types of theories out there. Jim Acosta came out, didn't really ask a question. His first words were, "I'd like to challenge you." Who says that to the president? Ask a question. Isn't that the theme? Ask a question to tell us, to get your story. Don't make it about you. Did he make it about him?
Jim Acosta, not just yesterday, but for 2 years now, has been making it about him for his own narcissistic purposes. Jim Acosta is not a serious White House correspondent. He's a 40-something member of a high school debate team who goes in there, takes a policy position, usually, obviously, against the administration, and debates the president or debates Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And that's not the role of a White House correspondent. He should be either, going forward, a campaign strategist, a campaign spokesperson on the Democratic side, or perhaps an opinion host in CNN primetime or a pundit, because that's what Jim Acosta really is.
Are you surprised that CNN backed him?
Backed him after this? Oh, well, they promoted him, Brian, in January, despite all the antics that we've seen during these press conferences, because they think because Jim is becoming part of the story and not getting the story, and because he's going viral, that's good for ratings. That's good for business. But here's the thing, though. CNN is now trailing in total viewers the Hallmark Channel. In this news cycle, and they're losing viewers year over year, this has been, and you know this, a gift to cable news, this news cycle. If you're not gaining in ratings in a Trump administration that's been unpredictable and completely, quite frankly, insane at times in terms of all the information coming out, then you're doing something wrong.
So the next chapter was at 8 o'clock that same night. He goes back to the White House and he finds out his hard pass been deactivated. He taped it, went back and does an interview with Anderson Cooper. Did the White House hurt themselves and make him more of a martyr than when he left? Because the story was Jeff Sessions, not Jim Acosta. The night ended with Jim Acosta.
Right. You use the word martyr, and that is exactly right. Jim Acosta is very accomplished at playing the victim, of being a victim of circumstance, of being innocent in these situations. Personally, the White House, I think, whiffed here. They should not have revoked his press pass because, again, as you said, it makes him a martyr. In the last administration, under President Obama, in President Obama's first 36 solo press conferences, you know how many times Fox got called upon? 14 times. The least of any major news organization. What they should have done was don't give him the oxygen that he wants in terms of this attention. They should have just boxed him out quietly and sent their message that way, Brian.
Joe Concha, thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.